Everybody out there, Chiefs Kingdom, Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, and all that wonderful stuff like that. We have a lot to talk about, so let's get to the video. Let's go. Hey everybody out there at Chiefs Kingdom YouTube, it is your boy Big Chief Sean, and yes, I know it has been a while, but this is my normal thing, so y'all should be used to it. What you also should be used to is, liking the video and subbing to the channel, because, all your support really does help me and makes this channel grow and helps me be a better person, because I know that's what y'all want from me. Let's get started on this. I know that it's been a while since I dropped a video for you guys, and I'm a regular schmo, so I work. And when I don't have time or I'm tired, which I'm going to be honest with you about, I don't really drop anything on the social medias that I'm on, because I'm on Twitter, I'm on Facebook and Instagram and all that kind of stuff. And I need to be more accentuate in talking to all of you, because, I love all of you and y'all know that. But I just really wanted to spend time with my family for the holidays and not bother all of y'all. And, me being me, I didn't really think that but what I'm saying is that I do apologize for not saying, happy holidays to all of you, and every holiday respective. Because I know your 2020 was a dumpster fire, and 2021 should be getting better. But as this video is going on, I highly doubt that we're starting off at the greatest point. I don't get into politics, but people do tell me about them, and so far our year is going so great. Enough BS aside, let's talk about some real Chiefs football, because I know that's what y'all came here for. And let's get to the first issue. Of course, we're number one, but who doubted our number one? I didn't. You did. I didn't. Maybe you didn't. I'm not going to lie to you, say you didn't. But I'm just saying that obviously we both knew, all of you, me, all of us, and that person you watching the video with right next to you that should be scubbing and liking. We all knew that we were going to be number one. I mean, we're the best team in the NFL. Even if defense has been sus, as I've been saying all season, we knew we were number one. We have the best offense. We have at least middle of the road defense. We knew we were going to get to this point. And I can tell you honestly, it feels darn good to be number one, and to know that what you're doing is, or the team that you're rooting for, is finally on this meteoric rise of greatness, and you can sit back and enjoy. It's crazy, you know what I'm saying? I mean, just a few years ago, we were the same old team waiting for a Super Bowl, how many years in the running, and going through almost, and if we make it to the playoff scenarios, when right now we are the team to beat. So it's a beautiful thing to see that, we're number one, and we're just sitting here waiting on an opponent. Now, I could talk about the Chargers game, but I'm not going to, because we all knew that we were more likely we were going to lose the game because we wanted to lose the game. And once again, that is the beautiful thing about being in the Mahomes era. We can lose games if we want to, not if we might win the game. We only lost the game because we wanted to. The game had no significance. We were number one and getting the bye week, the home game, no matter what went on. So here's to you Chargers fans. Just to be able to rest Mahomes in the game is a beautiful thing to see, and it's a wonderful note to know that we're that good that we can just chill our dudes out for a week. And it's not the rust thing, because we're not the Baltimore Ravens. We really did need the rest. Mahomes been getting beat up the last few games, and I mean, y'all know as well as I, Kelsey and them needed some rest too. It's not like they're bad or they're beat up or they're banged up. It's just you want your guys fresh for the playoffs, because there's only 3 games away from the big ring. And we all want that ring, right? I want it, you want it, they want it. So just to rest up the guys is a beautiful thing. And being the best team in football, and have been for the entire year with no wavering. Let's see what I did, wavering. Just to be the best. It's something that is very not appreciated as much as I think I'm not appreciating as much as I should be, being so old school and a traditionalist of being in the kingdom for so long. Being in this Mahomes era is I just hope it hasn't made a lot of us fans complacent because we're so good that we shouldn't have to worry. I mean, it's the playoffs, and there's a lot of good teams in the playoffs, and we should acknowledge all those good teams. So what I'm saying is it just feels good to be on top, and let's not go in, it was a beautiful season, and I really think I'll just leave that subject at that. So yeah. Now, since we're talking about the bye week or what's going to happen after the bye week, I don't really could tell you. Because I'm so articulate. But I couldn't tell you who we're going to take on in the playoffs. I couldn't. Because obviously I don't know. You don't know either. But to even make assumptions of who's going to win what is just stupid. This isn't basketball or baseball where you have a good indication of who's going to win the game or who's the best team or who can be beaten. This is football where any given Sunday is a thing. It's a motto, and it has been, and it always will be. So you can't just underestimate all these other playoff teams. I mean, like I'm telling all my people, and like I tell, my boy Stubbs from the Hats Off discussion, which y'all should be liking and subbing so y'all can watch that. You don't think all those teams don't want a rematch? We didn't blow out most of those teams that are in the playoffs. So you don't think any of those teams don't want a rematch with us? I mean, especially the Bills. Everybody's on the Bills, swinging on the Bills real hard, which props to them, man, because they've been in obscurity for a long time. Not as long as, the Chiefs have been, seeing that we're now, the reigning Super Bowl champs. But they went through their turmoil, too. I mean, 4 Super Bowls just to lose them. And obviously, if you watch this channel, you saw my feelings on their version of the Super Bowl. Basically, the Bills version of me, Pancho Villa, him passing last season because of cancer. I'm pretty sure that's a big motivator of why the Bills are doing so great. I mean, obviously the team wants to do better, and Josh Allen and the defense is good and all that, blah, blah, blah. Somebody who's that much of an inspiration to a fan base, I mean, you can't tell me that doesn't help. The dude, he was an awesome dude. He was a good man, and I mean, he's such a cool dude that the team wanted to know him. And I don't know what they're talking about in the Bills lore, and shout out to the Buffalo Bills, because I'm not here to hate on them. This is a competition, and this is how it goes in football, I mean, there's a lot of great teams in the AFC, and a lot of them are chomping at the bit to take us out, because if you take us out, you pretty much got the Super Bowl, or at least, the AFC Championship in your hands. We'll be the first team to host 3 AFC Championships in a row, which we haven't yet, but we could be in stride to be the first team to do that. And of course, Reed coached both teams, so that just makes you feel very comfortable in the position that we're in right now. And when it comes to the playoffs, man, I mean, anything goes, dude. And there's so many good teams in the AFC. Just to be ignorant on even one of them could be the downfall of the team. So how I feel about the playoffs right now, I'm glad we're in them, and I hope that we're not the team that we've been for the last few weeks. We're that team that destroyed the Bills, and the season goes so fast. So, but I want us to be that team, but we don't have to be that team. Last year obviously showed that we don't have to be that team to where we have to beat a team by 1,000 points to prove that we're the superior squad. Hell, we can come back by damn near 25 points and still come out with that dub. So that just gives you that confidence, a point of who we are at this. And I mean, it's going to be a crazy playoff run because of the teams we're playing. So all you can do is just really sit back and enjoy, and probably see one of the best playoff runs that we might have. I mean, I'm not here to be arrogant. I'm here to be honest. So, the teams that we are going to face this year ain't no joke, and they want some of this sauce. And I'm pretty sure as a squad, we don't mind giving them some of that sauce to taste. And I'm pretty sure they couldn't handle the flavor. Now, before we start the playoffs, which should be this Saturday, if I'm not mistaken, I would like to talk about the MVP race. Now, anybody who knows me, I'm the biggest Mahomes fan, or at least a supporter. I'm not one of the ones like Britt Chief or Shaggy Shane that was riding the Mahomes train before he even started. Start running the Mahomes marathon before, anybody had their shoes on. That was like, pretty much them. Jackie Shane, Britt Chief, Seth from Red Tribe Cinema. These guys were preaching Mahomes before pretty much anybody I knew did, especially in the big Chiefs kingdom world. I mean, a lot of people did, but these guys actually put themselves out there to say that Mahomes will win us a Super Bowl and he is the next era of Chiefs football. And obviously they were right, but that's not what this is about. And this damn sure ain't about Aaron Rodgers either, who I am a fan of, regardless of what team he plays for. Aaron Rodgers is an amazing quarterback, and you cannot deny that in any factor. If you love football, you know Aaron Rodgers is an elite player, so just leave it at that. But that's not what this is about. This is about somebody who's more likely going to get snubbed in the MVP. And like I said, I love Mahomes, and Rodgers is highly respected in my book. But I'm saying it right now to you. If Derrick Henry does not win the MVP, I have lost a lot of respect for the NFL. Now listen to me. I know I can hear some of y'all out there, but Mahomes did this and he was bad. I get that. I understand. And then some inkling in the back of my brain, I want Mahomes to win it too. But to see what to see what Derrick Henry did and not give him MVP is an insult. He ran, just period. If you run 2,000 plus and you get 14 touchdowns, you get MVP. There is no discussion to this. I don't want to hear but Mahomes this, but Rodgers that. I'm sorry, but but the accolades of what both of those men have been done thousands of times. Not thousands of times, but it's been done way more times than most people can remember. But what Henry has done, it's only been done by one man. And unfortunately, it was with the Broncos back-to-back runs. But Terrell Davis did it, and he won MVP for it. And rightfully so. Just period. The 2,000 mark, the 2,000 club is this big. This big. Even some of the greatest running backs of all time could not do it. Hell, I love Jamal Charles. I think Jamal Charles is a Hall of Famer 100%. I bet y'all agree with me too. But even he couldn't hit 2,000. Was it because of this? Because of that? Those factors fit in. But when you look at the numbers and you look at the grit, and we're talking about most valuable player, somebody who's willing to run 2,000 yards and 10 plus touchdowns in a single season, there is no discussion. Especially when we're talking about running backs and the longevity of what they are. It will be an insult. Listen to me. I am the Big Chief Sean. Subscribe and like to the video if you don't mind. But me, Big Chief Sean, look at the background. Chiefs everything. I'm wearing Chiefs. I sleep in Chiefs tattooed on me. And I'm telling you, if Henry does not win the MVP, it is an insult to the game itself. Running backs are very underrated, especially when we're talking about the MVP race, since it's so hard to do it if you're not a quarterback. But when you do what he has done and you don't acknowledge that dude, we have a problem. Real to the bottom of the core of my heart, I feel like if he gets snubbed for this, it's not right. And like I said, if Mahomes win it, I will be the first one to applaud. Congratulations. But I'll still be the one having that thought in the back of my head that Henry got screwed. Just like a lot of people, watching the Super Bowl over and over again, which I have done, obviously, which you probably have done 100 times over. You cannot tell me Damian did not deserve MVP for the Super Bowl. Yes, Mahomes got us back from 10 points and he did all that cool stuff. But if Damian wasn't running the consistent game he was running through that whole game, I don't think the result would have been as great. This is the time to where position should not matter. It's what you have done. MVP means most valuable player. And yes, Mahomes is a valued player. He's probably the most valued player in the NFL, or at least the most popular. But you cannot admit, even Mahomes would have to admit, with the team that he has, especially on offense, I'm not going to say anybody would have done it, but it would help anybody's chances. You give Aaron Rodgers the weapons that we have, and he probably could do the same thing. Same thing with Drew Brees. Hell, even Brady with his cheating self. Even he probably could be as successful. Hell, he throwing 40 touchdowns. He's 43 years old. So that should just tell you something. But when we talk about running backs excelling, going above and beyond to make sure that the team is great, the last one that did it was Terrell Davis, and he got them a Super Bowl for it. 2,000 plus, 14 plus, there is no discussion here. And y'all can get mad at me. Hell, write down in the comments of how you feel about it. How do y'all feel about Henry winning the MVP? Knowing that what you know, knowing what I've just told you right here, there is no way Derrick Henry should not be MVP. And the other thing will be an insult to the football game. But honestly, I want to know your opinions. Tell me down in the comments below. What do you feel about the MVP race, and who do you think should win it? I really would like to know. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to end this video on something very negative. Well, it's not super negative, but it's just something to put a note for next. Something to put a note, put on your little pin on your calendar. Not now. You don't have to talk. I mean, I'm just bringing it up because it is an issue, but it's not really an issue until the end of the season. But have y'all noticed we're going to lose a lot of personnel this season? I mean, EB was already a given. The way he has run this offense, there is no way he's not getting a job. Even though more likely it looks like he'll get it with the Chargers, which I want to be mad about, but then I can't get mad if my boy EB gets a head coaching job because he deserves the job. He's badass what he does. So, but I've noticed a lot of our personnel are getting looked at for head coaching jobs, assistant training coaches, different, better opportunities than what they're in now. And I say congratulations to all of you, every last one of them. Unfortunately, me being lazy and me being tired, all that kind of stuff, I didn't really look up all the names of people who are getting considered for head coaching gigs. But as well as all you gotta do is look it up just in your social mediums or YouTube or whatever and look them up. But there are a lot of these guys were very responsible for the team and roster that we have today. So for those guys to even be considered and get picked up, congratulations to you, even be looked at. But to know that Andy Reid basically made sure these guys came out and did what they did with the efficiency, it just says that. Will it hurt the team next season? I don't know. That's why me bringing it up now is kind of weird and not needed right now, to be honest with you. But it was just something to bring up, knowing that a lot of people were talking about, especially the whole EB thing could be a thing, especially this next offseason. And that it doesn't worry me 100%. I feel the same way like I feel about Kelsey, Hill, and Mahomes staying together. As long as Veach and Reed are together, I think they can literally get another Super Bowl ring whenever they feel like it. As long as those two are at the helm, we're coasted here. We're coasting on a boat, and the tide is great, especially right now, seeing that there's a chance for another Super Bowl ring. So there's that. But I really wanted to say that. Congratulations to all of them. EB, you deserve it. You are one of the best offensive coordinators that this team probably will ever have and has ever seen. And to all the others who are getting these opportunities, man, I say take them. I would love for the team to be the same. I would love to keep being me so we can be this powerhouse for almost a decade. But if you're taking the opportunity of somebody else to be great, then there is no point to succeed and move forward. And I think I'm just going to end the video on that. So if you like this video, won't you please give it a like, a sub, and please follow the channel. Try to get to it. I know I try to make it to the road to 500. I don't know if I'm going to make that. I'm at 360 right now. We can still push this out, so let's keep it going. This is your boy Big Chief Sign saying, I will see y'all at the playoffs. And remember, let the arrowhead guide you in the right direction. Straight forward.